Good day, everyone. My name is Anna, and welcome to Cactus Caffeine. Welcome to my very late winter update. It is very late because it is already March, and in 2 weeks' time, actually, it will already be officially the start of spring here in the US. I should have done this winter update ideally sometime in February or maybe late January, but every time I was planning to make a video of my winter update, it's either too cold or it is raining or it is very windy. Anyway, I couldn't find the right day to film. But finally today, the sun is out. I'm off from work. So better late than never. I am doing my very late winter update. As you can see, some of the cacti are already starting to bloom. This is Mammillaria spinosissima. The first few flower buds have opened, and also this Mammillaria microhylia. There's a couple of pink flowers already, and then more buds are on its way. And oh, at the back here, this parodia has actually been in flower for the last 2 weeks this winter time, but the flower couldn't open because it was very cold the past week, and today is the first time that it actually opened this big. So it has an orange flower. All right, so as for the rest, things are just starting to wake up in here. I don't see any. Oh, I do see buds in here. I was about to say I don't see any other buds, but look at this Mammillaria. A crown of pink flower buds is also forming on it. And then I also have a few more cacti in pots under the table, and then some more in here behind the grill. This is the totem pole cactus that I got recently from my mother-in-law. Oh, this is Cactus semipatanus, and there is one bud now popping. Alright, so in this video, I will be making an update on the greenhouse right there. I will show you the plants that overwintered inside my greenhouse, and then we'll take a look at the plants that stayed outdoors the entire winter time, and then we will also be making a quick check of my desert gardens right there, and I have another section right here. Alright, so let's get this very late winter update started. Let us check on the cacti that I have overwintering here inside my greenhouse. I don't use that heater anymore. I stopped using it since February because we haven't had that much freezing nights. I might have used it maybe one or twice in February, but that's about it. And then I have a shade cloth here by the door because in the morning the sun shines straight right here, right this way. So the plants on this rack were showing some yellowing, so I had to have a shade cloth here whenever the door is open. All right, so let's see how they are. Ooh, some are still shriveled, although some have plumped up. This is plump. This is shriveled. I did not actually stop watering even during winter time. I know some of you who live in very cold places, very cold and humid places, you usually stop watering during winter time. But me here in the desert, I don't stop watering during winter time. Although we had some rainy days, generally our weather is very dry. Even during winter time, our humidity is very low. And when I do not water, the roots get desiccated or they die back. The cactus may not die, but then it takes a very long time for them to bounce back in spring to regrow their roots. And that some of them don't flower because they put all their energy regrowing their roots instead of flowering. So that is the reason why I do not stop watering even during winter time. I have a whole video explaining that why I water even during winter time. If you have not seen that, I will put the link up on the screen and also below this video. Anyway, so I think I watered maybe twice. No, yeah, twice in December, one time in January because it was very cold in January, twice in February, and then I have not watered yet in March. When I water, I don't water heavily. It's just light watering. I have not watered in March because I am planning my next watering. I will already add my fertilizer. Fertilizer that's meant for blooming and also for growing. So probably that will be my next video or next upcoming video. I will start applying fertilizer on all these cacti. I might have been a little late already because I've seen some buds or some flowers already developing. Okay, as you can see here, there's already a flower on my Matucana right there. Let us concentrate on this table first. Okay, I have a few more down here. It is a tight squeeze. It's a little bit hard to show you guys everything that I have in here. All right, but the flower buds that I've seen are mostly on the section that gets a lot of sun. So here on top, you can see this mammillaria. This is the bristle brush, I think, bristle brush mammillaria. See those flower buds? It's starting to form a ring of flowers. This one too, I noticed two in here. There might be more in there. I just couldn't see it because this rack is too high, very high for me. You might see it better on your screen. I can't tell if there's more buds at the back, but here in front, I definitely see two buds starting to form. Okay, and that is the Euphorbia lactea crest that I recently made a video on when I repotted that. And then on this section right here, I already have one Eriosis nidus here that is in flower. All right, this is actually the first day that it opened because it has been too cold and windy the past days that it wouldn't open. But now I can see that it is starting to open up. Definitely some buds here as well. This is an Echinocereus pulchellus. All right. Ooh, look at all those fresh new growth, new spines. Those red spines are new growth. Ooh, probably flower buds on here as well. And on that one, exciting days ahead. I'm so excited for spring. Okay, and then a few more in here. This is new. This is a Mammillaria densispina. I have yet to repot it. All right. Oh, this is a Cactus tuberosus. This was given to me by Daz of Cacti Mania. It was in a pot this small. And then 2 weeks ago, I decided to repot it because it was getting too long or too leggy for a small pot. So I repotted it into a pot bigger. But then when I was repotting, all the top segments started falling off. It's very fragile. These are actually the top branches from this one. This is the base and this is the top, and that's how I ended up with two pots, but they came from one single pot. Anyway, let's move on. Not much going on in here. This, believe it or not, my puppy chewed on this one. See, she doesn't chew the ones that are very spiny, but I guess because the spines here are far apart from each other, she managed to chew that one. All right. Okay, so that is it. That is it for my greenhouse update. Let's see what's going on outside my greenhouse. I am here now in my desert gardens, and just take a look at how beautiful the sun is shining today. It is a beautiful day considering that it is still winter. Okay, let's start in this section. So this is the garden that I made specifically for the flowers that this cacti produces. So these are all trichocereus or echinopsis, and I planted them all in here for the flowers that they produce. So all these produces large showy flowers. So let's start off with the pots in here. This one is actually a flying saucer, although it has not flowered for me. And then this one is an echinopsis. This has pink and white blooms. Oh, I think I see some swelling in here. That could be the start of flower buds. That one too. I can't see what this is, but this is one of the trichocereus that I got from Brent Wigand. Let's see. Oh, this one says R7. That is the name of that trichocereus. And I could see a flower bud there forming as well. Okay, this one I still don't know what it is, but I am concerned at how fast it is growing, how fast and how big it is growing. When I planted that, it was, I think, 1/4 of the size of that, what it is now. And after, what, a year, I think, look at how big it is now. I am afraid, and I hope I am wrong, but this might be a Trichocereus tersheki, which in case if that is a Trichocereus tersheki, then that is the wrong spot for it, because that one grows very tall and very big, like over 10 feet tall. So I'm hoping it is not, but it is growing very fast. Anyway, moving on to the other trichocereus here. I don't see much development yet. Ooh, there might be something in here. Okay, those might be flower buds, but this one is a flying saucer. Definitely. Ooh, I see flower buds forming on this Trichocereus flying saucer. I'm looking forward to that. That one produces the biggest, one of the biggest flowers that I have in my collection. And then moving on here, look how big this one is. I pruned this twice last year, yet now it needs another round of pruning. That grows into a tree. So we'll see. I did not expect it to grow that fast either. One thing when you plant a cactus in the ground, if you have the environment for it, the cactus will grow very fast. This one, in fact, fall and winter time, I actually removed some of the pups around some of the cacti because it is getting crowded. But looking at it now, I might have just, but maybe 2 years before I have to start moving or removing some of the cactus there because they are getting very crowded. Anyway, in this section, I'm happy at how plump the cacti here are, and that is because of the amount of rainfall that we had this winter time. Nope, I don't see any buds in here. Oh, there might be something going on in here, but we'll see. And then this needs another round of pruning as well. All right, so looking good, except I have to do another round of weeding. So the rain encouraged weeds to grow, so that will keep me busy for the next few days. Hopefully the warmer days continue. Okay, and then in this section here, look how fat this one is. Echinocereus or Echinopsis candy cans. I hope it flowers. And then this one right here, this is a claret cup cactus, but it is not looking good. It was like this last year, last summer. The reason for this is partly sunburn. When I tried digging this up, I realized that the topmost part of the soil were mostly just rocks, and the organic material actually sank to the bottom. You know, as over the years when I water these the finer particles actually sank in the bottom, and then all that was left were rocks. And so the roots were just sitting on rocks, and that's the reason why this dried up. And it's not looking good. Anyway, I dug it up, added more soil, but I don't think it is recovering well in this area. So what I did is, I think I'm going to replace it with this one. This is Echinocereus engelmannii. This one is native here in Nevada, so I think this is hardier than this claret cup cactus. Actually, when I planted this in this pot, it wasn't this big, and since then it has produced two offsets that are growing even bigger than the mother plant. So it is time to repot this actually. So instead of moving it to a bigger pot, I think I'll plant it here in the ground, and then this one I will move in a pot and see if it will recover. Maybe I can make a video when I remove this and plant this in here. Looking at these, I see new growth on top of these opuntia pads right here. Even the opuntia back there, I see new growths on top. Can't tell whether they're flower buds or new pads at this point because they are still very young. All right. Ooh, fat. See, my totem pole, which used to be very skinny because of the rain, it has grown fatter this time. I should give this more water. Okay, let's move on to another area of my garden. My blue elf aloe is packed with buds. That will be a show. Hello, Cactus acanthodes, my fire barrel cactus. All right, and then on this table, I have a few plants in here. This one is an agave shigera. This used to be down there beside the aloe, but for some reason my puppy likes chewing on this. See the bottom leaves here, they're all chewed up. That's why I had to raise it up here. This is actually very sharp, and I don't know why she likes chewing on this one, so I had to put this on the table. Okay, I have an Aloe Castiglione in there. This one was an arrangement that was given to me last November for Halloween, and that's why it has a purple pot. I noticed I was about to repot this, but then I noticed this mammillaria is in bud. So I think I'll wait until all those flowers open up, and then I will repot this, degraft this, maybe regraft it onto another rootstock. I don't like that dragon fruit rootstock that it is on. Okay. These are the cacti that overwintered outside the entire winter time. So these are supposedly the toughest among my cacti in my collection. Okay, so this spot, this is an echinopsis spot. I noticed some buds also forming on this one. This has yellow flowers. That's an echinopsis leucomalia cob. Okay, and then in this side right here, not much going on in here. These guys got really cold, so I don't expect them to wake up until much later. Okay, oh, this Tephrocarpus articulatus. This is the first time I overwintered them here outside because I did not want to move them too much because I'm afraid I might drop segments. And so I let them stay out here the entire winter time, and they did fine until we had the very strong winds this past 3 days. And look what happened. I actually placed them in here. The segments dropped, and this is due to the wind, the high winds that we had the past 3 days. What a bummer. I've been trying to make them grow really tall, but I couldn't. So see, look at this. There's 3 of them that fell down. So I've been trying to make this grow taller, but at the most that I could get is probably this is the highest that I got so far, 4, and then they would stop dropping. So I don't know what to do with this. If you guys have any suggestions for me, I want it to grow tall, but I don't know how to keep them upright or how to keep them from dropping their segments. Anyway, they are easy to root, and that is why I ended up with a lot of this, starting out this in several pots. They all fell off from these two pots. Let's move on. Okay, oh, look at my aloes. My aloes are beautifully stressed. Look at all those colors. Yep, they spent winter outside here. That is the first time also I did that. I just had to cover them when we had freezing temperatures. I placed a blanket on top of these. But other than that, yep, they were able to survive the winter. Look at the color on that one. I believe the one on the left is the Aloe Crimson Dragon. And then this one is Aloe Oik on the right. Aloe Firecracker right here. This is Christmas Carol. And the sleigh. Anyway, I made a complete collection or tour of my aloe collection. If you have not seen that, I will add the link up on the screen and also below this video. These are green because actually this came from my kitchen window. I just recently placed them outdoors once again because these green aloes, they don't do well actually during the cold days. So I kept this in my kitchen window. That's why they're green. Other than that, the rest looks beautifully stressed. I have more down here tucked in with some of my cactus seedlings. Here are some random cacti. Okay, not much going on there too. And then also in this rack, this is a tallow cactus that is spinus that I grew from seed in 2020. And look how big it got. It grew fast. This actually flowered last year for the first time, these two ones, big ones. So hopefully it will flower again this year. Ooh, Cactus cola demonis, or my monkey's tail. You are so furry, hairy. Love this. And then this is also seedlings that I grew. These are Echinopsis subdenudata. I repotted them this winter time. And then these are the cacti that I received as birthday presents last February. I still have to repot them. Then here is another section of my garden. So those opuntias, they're very hardy. I don't really take care of them. They just survive on their own. I moved my barrel cacti here to give it more sun. Ooh, I like how this grew. This actually grew even during winter time. And then here against the wall, this opuntia is still purple. This one don't actually look like it went through winter dormancy. It looks so plump and healthy. Again, the rain did wonders here in my backyard. Oh, when we had a very windy day yesterday, this pot, this trichocereus pot, actually fell on top of this Aloe procera. That's why those are leaning against the wall. It did not break, but hopefully it will straighten out again. This is a casualty, I think. I think this is a gunner. This is golden barrel, the white spine barrel actually. Echinocereus grusonii. It shrank in size. It's not this small, and I think this is a gunner. This might have been one of the casualties this winter time. Alright, another trichocereus. It hasn't flowered. Hopefully it will soon. I moved one of my pots in here. This has an orange flower. I think it's a Trichobevia hybrid based on the flower that it produces. There's a Ferrocactus latispinus there in the ground. All right. And then I have a San Pedro here and another Trichocereus in a pot. I don't remember why I placed this in here. Oh, because there used to be a trichocereus here that died during summertime, and I was thinking of moving this in here, but I'm still deciding. Ooh, there might be flower buds forming on this one, but we will see. I have lots of decisions to make this springtime. I also have some plants overwintering here in my garage under two grow lights. So the plants that I have here are mostly Haworthia, Euphorbia, and then some young aloes. I also have most of my seedlings here, cactus seedlings, overwintering here in the garage as well. I have those yellow sticky traps in there. Those are for fungus gnats. Because in here in my garage, I have very poor air circulation. I don't have a window in here, so I always get these fungus gnats. But so far, I think they're doing their job. I can't wait till I'm able to get all these seedlings outside. They did not grow much in here because my temperature here in the garage is consistently in the 50s. If it does get warm, it will be probably low 60s. That's about it. That is the only difference for my cacti that are outside in my backyard. At least in the morning it gets warm, although at nighttime it gets very, very cold. Here in the garage, the temperature is consistent in the 50s. So these cactus seedlings, they showed a little bit of growth, but not too much. That's why I can't wait until I get them all outside so they can start growing once again. And we are back where we started. So thank you so much for joining me in this very late winter update. Don't forget to comment down below what's going on in your garden. How are your cacti? Are they awake? Are they flowering? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Follow me in Facebook and in Instagram. And until next time, bye everyone, and cheers!